We have been fortunate in the province of Ontario to have exceptional leadership. Since 2003, we've had Kathleen working for us, working in a number of different responsibilities, different ministries, and her dedication to Ontario extends to all of us, whether it be housing issues, whether it be issues that affect every one of us in the communities, wages, so many important issues, complex issues that, quite frankly, only strong leadership would tackle. So we're really fortunate to have our Premier with us here today. And without any further ado, please join me in welcoming the Premier of Ontario, Kathleen Wynne.
Thank you so much, all of you, for being here. It's great to be in Hamilton, Your Worship. Thank you very much for being here. I'm joined by my colleagues, Minister Helena Jasic, Minister Chris Ballard, and our philosopher king, the man in Hamilton, Ted McMeekin. Thank you so much, all of you, for being here.
Can you please make a commitment to still do something more about those folks that this basic income maybe won't work for or they won't get on?
Yeah, so this is a parallel track, and the minister has been very clear about that. Helena Jasic has been very clear that the basic income pilot is something that needs to be done. We need the research.
Can you assure us that in this one, which is a 3-year pilot, that the evaluation will be ongoing, and that in the event that it proves what we all think it will prove, that an announcement will be made prior to the end of the 3 years of not only the continuation for those people who are on the pilot, but expansion?
So let me just say that we will be doing evaluation as we go along. So I can commit to you that we will keep people posted about how it's going and what we think the plans are going forward. And you're right. Before the end of the 3 years, we'll have a pretty good idea of where it's going, and we'll be able to talk about what comes next.
In your study, it's good to talk about basic income, and it's good news. My concern is those on the pilot project on OW, ODSP, are those benefits going to be cut?
So the objective of this pilot is that nobody's going to be worse off as a result of going on to the pilot. So, you know, whatever in terms of supports you have in place, whether you're on social assistance or not, you're not going to be worse off if you go into the pilot.
How are we going to be rolling out the education piece of this? There's still a lot of misunderstanding, there's fear, how do we get the message out that this is beneficial for all of us, not just those who will be recipients of?
So that's a really good point, and this is just the start of that. And the two ministers will be they'll be engaging in a public education campaign about this as we roll into the application process.
What role do you envision for the government versus for external organizations and agencies in terms of both researching or evaluating the pilot and also overseeing it from sort of a community and civil society perspective?
So I can answer the second better than I can answer the first, and I don't know in terms of the research. There will be a research model set up, but I would say to you that the role is complete partnership. I mean, we are going to be working very much in partnership with community agencies, because that's the only way that this will work, and we know that.
This is an important day in Ontario and who knows where else. It's all totally fitting that it be here in Hamilton. Would you agree, Mr. Mayor? And so I just want to take a minute to thank the two ministers who have been driving this, and of course the Premier, whose courageous leadership on all fronts is just something to behold. Premier, thank you for coming into my beloved city and sharing this very, very important news. You know, Mom used to say, you've heard me say this before, there are two kinds of people in this world, those that make a noise and those that make a difference. You're a difference maker, as are your cabinet colleagues here.